more can I say?
Top Billin. Yo, Top Billin to ya. Top Billin. There are moves and there are moves. Now, we know the Falcons have gone out and tried to bolster their defense with a bevy of moves, some like Charles Harris, a Darquez Denard, amongst others. And those are moves that are a step in the right direction. But is that anything like the chance of landing the great Earl Thomas, a future Hall of Famer, one who is a scheme-specific fit, one who damn near created the scheme, definitely mastered the scheme. Obviously, we know head coach Dan Quinn was his defensive coordinator in Seattle. Those guys have history. But, man, you guys didn't tell me. You guys always running around talking about Joe Witt. I had no idea, and excuse me and pardon me for this. Obviously, you guys know I cover college football, cover a whole host of teams. Some shit's gonna slip by your boy here, but I had no idea that Chris Richard was in Atlanta in some shape, form, or fashion. I don't know what capacity, but I know he's in Atlanta. And Chris Richard, most people know Chris Richard from Earl Thomas, right? That was his defensive backs coach in Seattle, ended up being the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. Tons of history there, long-time history there between Earl Thomas and Chris Richard, a guy who he respects a ton, right? And him with Dan Quinn allows you to do your deep third coverage stuff, middle field close with the best middle field close safety ever, one who primarily played it. Obviously, Ed Reed could do that with his eyes closed as well, but didn't necessarily play in a scheme that was middle field closed like Earl Thomas in the Seattle Seahawks Legion of Boom, right? So having Chris Richard there as a liaison between Earl Thomas and the Falcons, you can't tell me that's not hard. Earl Thomas is one of these guys, right? If you play football, there's a term in football that your coaches would always say if you played on the back end. They'd be like, make so-and-so right. He makes everyone right. No matter what you do, right, virtually most of the time, he will make you right because he understands concepts. He understands what he's doing in the defense, and he's a scheme-specific fit as a middle field close safety, right? You see me, and I'm talking about my lack of confidence in the middle field close position for Atlanta with Ricardo Allen, DeMonte Casey, although I like the former better than the latter. I won't say that the former is Earl Thomas, not by any stretch of the imagination. You went out and got a guy like that, or you converted that guy to try to be like Earl Thomas, right? Tried to get the same similar measurables or whatever like that to be like this guy. But this guy recently released out on the market. What? Come on. I don't know how the money does. I tell you, I will continue to say this. I don't pay attention to that shit. I don't know nothing about the salary cap. I don't know nothing about it. So don't tell me anything beyond what you need to tell me about it because I don't know. But I don't care. If you have to cut 3 or 4 guys, you get Earl Thomas. I feel like this is only a problem when it comes to Atlanta because as soon as Earl Thomas popped up, I heard a number of teams I know that have big money signings and all this and that, and these guys are rumored to be in the fray. Why not Atlanta? Why not? This guy can make everyone right, and he fits your scheme, the scheme that you were trying to emulate with him in it in Seattle, going out and get his coach, got his other coach on the team. What? Come on, man. That shit is perfect. If you got to cut Ricardo Allen, DeMonte Casey, and these guys, man, so be it. You know what I'm saying? It's a business. I like those guys or whatever like that, but I don't like them more than Earl Thomas. Especially Earl Thomas that I saw still had a ton of gas left in his tank. And one that, allows you to really help out a guy like A.J. Terrell, a young guy like that, a young guy like Isaiah Oliver, Kendall Sheffield, got a veteran in Darquez Denard, a healthy Keanu Neal back. Keanu Neal, a guy who people were comparing to Cam Chancellor, and then you go and get the real Earl Thomas? What? This has to happen. I don't see how you cannot make this move if you're the Atlanta Falcons by any means necessary, right? Now, watching him play in Baltimore last year, they did a whole bunch of different shit with him, right? To me, it's primarily a 2-deep shell, so that's not something I'm used to seeing with Earl Thomas. Played him in the box a lot, dropped him in the box a lot. Just a whole bunch of different shit I've never seen him do before, and to me, he was still pretty impactful in that manner. not as impactful as him playing in the scheme that he knows front to back with the coach that he knows very intimately. Whoa, pause. Not like that, you know what I'm saying? But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Long history there between those guys. Why not? Why not? Let me know in the comment section what would you think about that Earl Thomas playing for the Atlanta Falcons, backing up Keanu Neal, A.J. Terrell, Isaiah Oliver, Kendall Sheffield, playing with Darqueze Dennard, Bleedy Ray Wilson, all these guys they got there. He ain't going to make it right. We can look at a couple of things here from his Baltimore, and I can show you the shit that he's doing, and you can't really find nobody else on the roster doing. Can't forget about Deion Buchanan and the guys you drafted as well, but still, this guy for a year or two or whatever, however it takes, right, he's just going to make people that much better, especially in this scheme, all right? Let's go ahead and get to it, though. All right, Todd Billin, check this out right here. You see a lot of this with Earl Thomas and the Ravens last year. You can see him drop down in the box here, but you see him directing traffic still. He hadn't been with the Ravens that long to be directing traffic. Look at him telling people what to do back there. He's Brandon Carr. But check this out, right? Still been able to be impactful doing different stuff. See him rushing the quarterback, stiff-ass Tom Brady right there. You need him to get stiff Tom Brady to do the same shit like that right there with Tom being in Tampa. You cannot. You got to have premium guys on the back end, man. You're going to be facing nothing but veteran quarterbacks in the NFC South. Even Teddy Bridgewater is a veteran, tried and true veteran, right? So, but Drew Brees and Tom Brady, and you wouldn't want to counter that with a guy like Earl Thomas, guy who you can still have and play multiple positions, but we know what he does best there. And as I said before, man, you can see him just doing different things that you weren't used to last year, and I still saw the impact there. But, you know what I mean, just different things like that. Or, all right, so I want you to look right here. You see Earl Thomas on the left hash, right, if you're talking about from the offensive perspective here. On the left hash, but look at him get out past the numbers to make this interception. Now, you can say, man, maybe he lost a step, but look, guess what? When you have instincts, right, football intelligence, your FBI is up to snuff, maybe you can lose a half a step or something like that and still be Earl Thomas, right? So if we seen this right here, this was more of a two deep shell coverage, right, which is the reason why he's not necessarily riding the middle of the field, right? He's on a hash mark. He has the outside, right? He has this deep half coverage. So, but look at this. He still recognizes what's going on and sees, right, the inside receiver coming through, able to read the eyes of the quarterback who starts to flush. Now look at him. Even get from the inside receiver, who I believe was a tight end, and get all the way out here, make a pick beyond the numbers. Come on, man. He's still Earl Thomas. He is still Earl Thomas, regardless of what you say, right? This is what I'm used to seeing from a guy like Earl Thomas, or at least this position. All right, let's look at this from the end zone view. Now, you can see Earl Thomas right here, and you can see how much range he has still. Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing that bad boy? Nope. Come on. Who's making plays like that from a safety position for the Atlanta Falcons? I don't want to hear no bullshit about nothing. I don't want to hear nothing, man. If you don't freaking get to the playoffs and make some noise or something like that this year, man, arrivederci. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear, like, if Earl Thomas was out there and you try to be cute and be like, oh, yeah, well, we believe in the guys we have or something like that. Well, then you better get to the playoffs and make some noise, man, or you got to go. I would rather you fail and load up your roster with guys that fit the scheme than to try to be cute. Like, stop with the cute shit, man. Go and get fucking Earl Thomas. This shit is not hard. It's not rocket science. So check this out right here. They have Earl Thomas, right? This is deep third coverage. But you have Earl Thomas here drop down in the box. And we're having a guy like a middle field closed guy like this with some instinct to himself could do for you on some of these deep throws, right? So you see their middle field closed safety right here. Right, he gets a key that leads him to the box, and he abandons. So these are two corners down here trying to defend this way downfield. Imagine had this been Earl Thomas middle field closed, he would have reacted to this a little bit better. He would have been there. His keys would have led him to this, and this would have been an easy pick. Even though it was 2-on-1 right there, the Dolphins still were able to complete this pass. Or so I'm saying, like, if you're going to be doing this shit, man, put all hands on deck. Stop trying to be cute. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to give you a prize because you did not get Earl Thomas and then your ass got ran out the division. Go and get Earl Thomas, man. It's not rocket science, all right? But let me know what you think in the comment section. Should they get Earl Thomas no matter what they have to do to get this man? If it takes cutting a couple of people like that, what should they do? Let me know, all right? But it's your boy Murf, the Underground King. Make sure you like this. Make sure you comment. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. And, of course, I am out. Peace.